Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know I took some time away, but I'm back and I'm excited to be here with you today. So I wanted to bring the energies of Mabon to life, and I actually recorded previously, as in earlier last week, a September reading, and I got very frustrated because a lot of it was unfocused or out of focus, and I have a lot going on right now just in terms of transitions, and I have my graduate school application due, so it's officially like due this Friday, which I'm very nervous, and cross your fingers for me because I really want to be a therapist someday. But obviously I think tarot is something that I'm going to incorporate into my practice. We're off tangent already. Welcome to the video. So instead of re-recording a September reading, I thought we would just do a Mabon or a Mabon reading to celebrate the fall or autumn equinox. So this is my Seasons of the Witch Mabon Oracle. This was recently released this year. She's gorgeous. And the themes and areas of focus of fall include agriculture, ancestral healing, balance and transitions, concentration, endings and mourning, goals and accomplishments, gratitude, grounding, healing and self-care, planning and preparation, sharing, and wisdom. So these are areas of life for this season. So we're going to do what blessings you are going to receive this autumn equinox. And this isn't specific for September. This reading is season specific. Give me like a heart or like this video if you want to see more season specific readings. So we're just going to get an energetic card pull for the collective, and then I'm going to do individual piles. So the first card to come up was the Five of Wands, and I love this Five of Wands because whenever I see it, I tend to think of, it might be too far away. I tend to think of falling leaves. You know, you have a lot up in the air and there's a lot of change happening. You could feel very disorganized or you could feel scattered, as in all your priorities are kind of happening at one time and you're fulfilling your portion for each plate or each serving. So there's a lot of change that is happening. We also have the High Priestess in reverse, and this is almost, I believe these events are almost challenging your intuition. You're questioning yourself more. You're questioning, is this the right path for me? And finally, we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is the card associated with the Sun in Virgo season, which sort of kicks off our late summer, early fall. And this is coming together on a united front for the sake of a larger cause. This could also be that your day-to-day routines are shifting as Virgo relates to home and work. And then let's get a Maiden card for the collective. Very excited. How you make decisions, the process might be less cut and dry as you would like. Or the path ahead might be unclear. And that's okay. Your guides are just letting you know that these obstacles in your path are intended to make you stronger. Also, there's a need to fend for yourself and less about asking others for permission. Coming to terms with who you are. Saint Anthony. Where is my Mabon oracle? See, I looked down and I had put it on the floor like right next to me so it wouldn't be in the way. Obviously, that Sienna 5 minutes ago was not aware. Okay, so as you can see, there's orange foiling. It's absolutely stunning. I believe the fall equinox happens in on September 22nd, 23rd, between the 21st and the 23rd. Let me see if my calendar has it, or you can just Google it. Saturday, September 23rd at 2:49 in the morning. And also what follows, I believe November 3rd is daylight savings time. So we tend to cherish the sun and its presence because daylight savings time, everything is dark. The day is dark at 5 o'clock. November 5th. So perhaps between those dates, something significant could bring an air of change with it. So I know it's a big span of time, but it's still in the season of fall. What is your Mabon message, collective? What is the collective Mabon message energy? So we have 2 cards that decided to make an appearance today. Kitchen Witchery. Number 23. The 23rd is the date that it's happening. So very powerful vibes. I feel a conversation coming through. Abundance flows easily and effortlessly into your life. Be in gratitude. Welcome the state of mind of gratitude, and it brings a new energy, an energy of warmth. And the kitchen is very Virgo in my mind. This is also how we digest things. So you could come to terms with something, whether it be gluten or dairy, or you might discover an allergy that might be food related. I don't know. But it might be hard to accept because you don't want to sacrifice what tastes good. However, you might not be able to withstand the consequences of eating something that doesn't make your body feel good. We have molasses with number 26. So between the 23rd and the 26th, those dates could also represent individual days of fall. So September 23rd, October 23rd, November 23rd, and same with molasses. And also around December 20th is the season of Yule. So it's the winter solstice. We have to move forward. You must know where you are headed. And that honestly feels like the energy inherent within the Five of Wands. There's lots of different directions that you can go in. And I feel it inside that you are going to find this clarity. You're going to hone in on what makes sense. I want to read from the book because this is a newer deck for me as well. It's my first time using it, and I love these cards so much. I love the artwork. I love the messages. I love the complexities. Okay, so we're going to read 23 first. And keywords include abundance, manifesting, many paths, or opportunities. Your higher self chose this because you're entering a joyful period of abundance and manifestation. Enjoy it. When kitchen witchery visits you, you can rejoice knowing that the hardships of late have come to an end. You might feel lighter, spiritual guidance is easier to understand, and solutions to problems flow freely. Take advantage of this time and get clear about your desires, as what you ask for now is very likely to manifest with ease. This card will also appear when many opportunities are available to you, so it is a favorable omen for job seekers or when seeking support such as from a loan, investor, or donations. In a reading about your career, this card is confirmation that now is a good time to move forward with any stalled plans or begin working on a new project. If you have thought about asking for a raise or a promotion, receiving this card is your push to go ahead and ask for what it is that you desire. In a reading about love, this card is a positive sign for marriage or the start of a new family, especially blended families where many moving parts are coming together to form a whole. Of course, for singles, this card means not only love, but many options to choose from. You might find that you are attracting more people than usual, and there is an included simmer pot recipe for you. And it's called Ingratitude Spiced Apple Simmer Pot. This simmer pot is perfect for setting the mood of gratitude while calling in abundance. And I will share it with you on screen. So pause it, take a screenshot. '90 or 91 might represent birth years, or 92. And then we have molasses, which is number 26. In 3 years, oh my gosh, I just realized, like 2023, 2026. Now for me, 2026 is special. Some of you might be going through your Saturn return. If you were born, I believe, from 1993 to 1996. And you'll know if you have your natal Saturn in Pisces. But I'm seeing that there's a forward progression here. It might take a little bit longer than you would like, but it's definitely here. So for molasses, we have stagnation, laziness, lacking motivation. And it's on page 99, so 1999 could also be important. And then we have 100 and 101, which obviously that's not. It would be 2000 and 2001. Excuse me. Your higher self chose this card because molasses represents a period of uncertainty when the path ahead isn't clear, and despite your best efforts, you simply can't seem to move forward. This is the energy I believe that you're coming out of. Standing still is very frustrating, but you're in this period of pause so that you can take some time to get a full understanding of where you actually want to go. This card often will visit you after a period of significant but unintentional action. You may have made many choices in haste of late and are coming to regret some of your decisions. Perhaps you said yes too quickly and now wish to back out, or a situation seemed like a worthy gamble, but is now turning out to be a nightmare. It might not seem like it now, but this period of indecision is helping you to slow down, gain perspective, be patient, and wait for the right opportunity to find you. In the meantime, focus on diving deeper into your spirit. Are there mundane tasks you could focus on while you aren't distracted by other things? Perhaps you might consider a practice such as meditation to take your mind off your current problems. You will find that the stickiness goes away when the time is right for things to move forward again. This card also advises you not to make any hasty decisions right now. Take care of what you need to do, of course, but delay any life decisions until more information comes to hand. Okay, so this could also you feeling rushed to make a decision. And you will know, because the High Priestess obviously is our intuition, our emotional body. So yes, okay. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to pull some tea leaf oracle cards to kind of close out our reading, but these are the primary messages. And then you'll be taken to this screen. The next screen you'll see will be, you get to pick your pile for individual messages. So there'll be 3 piles to choose from. Okay. We have the owl and the crown. Interesting combination. Good advice from a wise person with this owl spirit. And crown, honor and respect will come to you. Others are going to respect you for staying true to your values. As I said this, it's really weird. Like, honor and respect will come to you, but I had a student ask about me who she graduated, and you might not see, for example, I'm a paraprofessional to school, so I don't see myself as someone of authority, but it's weird when children think of you as such. It's a big honor. This crown could also represent, you are the author of your own life. Don't let other people tell you otherwise. Interesting, we have quill as well, getting back to the basics. So this fall, you're going to be getting back to basics. And I believe that feathers could also be very significant to you, because we do have the bird as well. Owls could be significant. So take that as a confirmation that this is meant for you. I need to fix this camera. But I'm seeing this as, I'm trying to shift it. Hold on, 2 seconds. And then that's when my Marty man goes 1,000, 2,000. Okay, anyways. So you could be signing something, like signing an official document. So you could be, again, taking that new job, or you could be the student here. The High Priestess can indicate school. So signing, that you're accepted into this program. And the 5 of Wands is also there's a lot of steps. There's a lot of opportunity to prove yourself. Getting back to a routine that really makes you feel great. So let's say, you're spending a little bit more time than you'd like to on your phone. Breaking that habit down, or the phone is the first thing that you go to in the morning. Create some space between your devices. This is how you make use of your time is changing. Okay. Collective, that is all I have for you. Happy fall, happy PSL season, and let me know, if you've made it this far, what your favorite thing about fall is. This owl could also represent an ancestor who has passed away. Okay, so just want to make that clear. All right, toodles! What is up, pile one? Welcome to your Mabon reading. So I chose the black tourmaline crystal for you. Pile one, this is what she looks like. Very great for grounding and protection and ridding your aura of bad vibes, negative energy. So we're gonna put her there. It's adorable because my mom he's got balloons. Interesting, he's got balloons. It's my upstairs neighbor. Maybe you're celebrating something. Was not expecting that, but we're gonna get into it. My mom actually got a bigger crystal, bigger version of a black tourmaline crystal at a festival, a local festival in her area, and she is like falling in love with it. She's talking to me about this crystal almost every day, and it like has sparked something in her. So maybe something is sparking this flame of passion or curiosity. Oh, I love this. We have the world. This is the Lord of the Rings deck, by the way, and I'm actually rewatching it with my boyfriend, and it's chef's kiss. But this world energy is the essence of black tourmaline. It is coming together from different paths for one common goal. And I love the imagery of this card because it showcases the hobbits. It showcases the older generation and the newer generation. It shows people like the elves and Aragorn and I forget his name, but he's a dwarf. And like, I don't know. This is, I believe, the quest, okay, of 9 and really, I don't know, coming together on a united front. So you could be connecting with people in your life who mean a lot to you. You could be honoring yourself. Maybe it's a birthday for you in the season of fall. Or you could just desire connection more. Seeing the world with a new lens, so to speak. Oh, and we have Gandalf, who's a wizard, but let's see what else for pile one. I'm also hearing for some of you, you're wanting to learn a new language. Interesting. Okay. We have the Hermit, which is Virgo energy. And this is Bilbo Baggins himself writing his novel. And this is fascinating because this is the opposite of the world. Maybe you're trying to fit in or you're trying to find your place in the world. Maybe you're not 100% happy with where you are in your career. You're rewriting a chapter, okay? But we have 2 major arcanas, and the Hermit is all about reflection, okay? Focusing on what matters. Making the most of what matters. I'm gonna shuffle one last time. Virgo season, which, I mean, we're already in Virgo season, but it might leave you with a lot of questions. You might find yourself more busy or busier than usual. You're really wanting to accomplish this goal this fall. This is a milestone for you. We have the Star, which is Aquarius season. It's optimism and hope for the future. We also have this dichotomy between the fixed sign and the mutable sign. And the Star is actually like politics in the community too. It's hope after a like dark or unexpected happenstance. And we have the 3 of Wands on the bottom of the deck, which I absolutely love. This is Sun in Aries. And this is connected, united on a front to, again, accomplish a common goal. This is the energy, I believe, of learning, okay? Tapping into that curiosity, asking people about their story, and having faith that it can happen for you, because the star is all about the future. What is your North Star? The world is more about the present. So changes could be happening for your future, pile one, okay, in the season of fall. Pile one's maiden message. Pile one's maiden message. Mead and wine. Your presence embodied, tasting the pleasure flowing through your being. Let's read that from the book. So 25, the 25th could be a significant date for you. It is on page 96, 97, 98. That could be a birth year for some of you, of yourself or someone significant. We have the keywords debauchery, indulgence, pleasure, satisfaction, and living in the moment. Your higher self chose this card because you are urgently in need of more play, fun, debauchery, and throwing caution to the wind. Of course, bills need to be paid and you have to put food on the table, but playtime is a basic human need and it contributes to your health and happiness. This need is often overlooked when you're barely making it through the day and wake up to each new day filled with worry about your jam-packed schedule. You may not even be aware of the breath you've been holding in or the stress you're carrying until you get out and do something fun. Living in the moment can come in many different forms, from the most expensive adventure to a good time on a dime. A spontaneous living room picnic or a Sunday drive with your partner can turn into a night of renewed passion. A trip to the beach with your kids or besties and an iPhone can lead the way to beautiful memories you can all reminisce about for years to come. Even a couple of drinks every few months at a shitty bar with your coworkers can help to release the stress of a challenging boss or demanding clients. It's the quality and the company, which is exactly where the world is. It's beautiful. And it's really ironic because Bilbo writes he writes his story based on his experience with all of these incredible individuals. And so it's maybe you're trying to keep a record of those moments that feel like they can, those fleeting moments, okay? This could even be getting into photography even. It's the quality and the company that make the experience rewarding no matter what the experience costs, or whether it's done infrequently, just as long as you make some time to get out of the everyday hustle and bustle of life. So mead and wine. Maybe you go wine tasting with your friends or coworkers. I'm seeing a really good peanut butter and jelly sandwich, so maybe you're trying to elevate something very simple into something very gourmand. Let's get a couple different oracle cards. I'm going to go with the Literary Witches deck as well to kind of get some additional insight. The World is Saturn, the Hermit is Virgo, and the Star is Aquarius. So that you could have an Aquarius, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising, and that could be someone significant to you. Sylvia Plath, The Dark. So shadow work might be something that you're working on, and that could be through journaling as well. On the bottom of the deck, we have Ghost. Memories, what haunts you, unfinished business. So there might be a chapter of your life that, again, needs to be revised, needs to be rewritten, a second attempt at something that helps you cultivate a deeper life purpose. With the dark, we have living in the dark, intensity, and fury. This is, like, for me, I'm seeing a lot of deep frustration around like not having as much time in the day to do the things that you want to do. And you have to keep putting things off. And I'm seeing you maybe wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to give yourself some extra hours of solitude so that you can make your lists and you can journal or free write or meditate or exercise, and have time as well during the day to cherish and have more fun with people that you want to spend more time with. The star represents hope, so I don't want you to worry. I don't want you to live in fear. I'm also getting the message of like asking for help. Someone might need to write you a letter of recommendation. And I don't want you to be worried, because I think that a lot of people do admire you, even if you can't see it. People from your past might be coming back to you, whether it's them or it's a mutual friend that you used to know. Or like maybe this mutual friend, like, you don't get to see anymore and they come back into your life. You might be ghosting someone. Her holding this iris, it's almost like you've judged someone for a situation in the past. However, you hadn't been in their shoes. And this time, as it's happening to you, it's almost like this anger that you're not able to know what is yet to come. There could be some uncertainty that lingers. Let's get some tea leaf oracle cards to see what else comes up. I'm getting absorption, and I'm also getting surrender. So your faith is being tested right now. We have the bat. Take care. Enemies are working against you. From that side, and then the other side. We got to get both ends. And I don't like this reflection. I really need to fix these windows here in my new space. Letting something go, and that is letting something or someone go. Interesting, we have the wishbone here. A wish is granted. So you might need to let something go for something else to happen. I want to read what the bat means out of my little spirit animal book. Let go of those habits and attachments that no longer serve you, and welcome the changes that are long overdue. The ordeal that you're facing is a necessary part of your transformation and an initiation into a much more spiritually directed life. It's time to confront and conquer your fears, trusting that doing so will bring dramatic and beneficial changes. Mingle and socialize more with others, perhaps by joining ongoing classes or group activities that you'd think you'd enjoy. So that is the bat, page 46. also, and which reduces to 10. And 10 is a number of completion. It also makes me think of the 10th house, and we're back again to that world energy. This could also be traveling or documenting your travels in some way, but letting go for something new to come in is coming through. Maybe reading Sylvia Plath's, I know it's, I can't remember what the novel is. There was my boyfriend, but anyways, okay. So, and I just saw 555. So if you've been seeing repeating fives, that could be an indication that you are being freed from the chains that are binding you. Okay. So that is what I have for you, Pile 1. Thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in a reading soon. If it resonated, don't hesitate. Push that like button. It really helps me out a lot. And with that being said, I will see you soon. Toodles! Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. I'm so happy you can be here to join me. For your pre-read song, I always like to play something that I feel called to play, and yours was Willow, the 90s trend remix by Taylor Swift. And the song Willow might be significant to you. It's a song you like to listen to, or Evermore might be an album that you really, really enjoy. For your crystal, I'm going to go with this piece of red jasper. We love some good red jasper. I'm going to put our black tourmaline over here. Pile 2, what is your maiden message this fall equinox? So we have the Three of Cups that is coming through. The Three of Cups is all about community, and it's Mercury in Cancer, so that could be I can't think of... That might be a natal placement of you or someone significant. This could be, you know, hosting a gathering, and obviously Halloween and Thanksgiving are the two big holidays in the fall. But you could be hosting something a little bit more intimate, such as like a Friendsgiving. You might be giving your support or validation to a friend in need. You might be getting vulnerable with someone, or someone is sharing their vulnerabilities with you. This is, again, the girls' nights, the guys' nights, the going out. And I just saw 222, so maybe you're seeing 222. We also have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is a transition. And with the Three of Cups here, like almost like the third house, Cancer could be in your third house, which would make you a Taurus rising. But this could also be like leaving somewhere that you really, really love and venturing into the unknown. And this, you know, could be of your own volition. Some of you, it's not. Like you're being asked to transition or transfer from one branch of a company to the next. The Six is all about autonomy. It's about the voice, so really advocating for yourself. We have Mercury. I believe this is Mercury. Yeah, Mercury in Aquarius as well. So another Mercury sign. We also have the Seven of Wands, which is, you know, your ability to stick up for yourself. This is standing strong, and this is Mars and Leo. No. Yes, Mars and Leo. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse position. So this could be, you know, inspiration hasn't really hit you. Maybe you have to be in a certain environment for you to feel inspired. And that could be you finding that this fall. It's interesting that we have 6 and 7, but like the two masculine suits. And so you might be doing a lot in order to, I'm seeing like fighting for your place at the table. Okay, the Queen of Wands could represent your energy as an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. This is you leading, like taking the lead on something and seeing it through. With Mabon, let me see. Let's get our Mabon deck. Feeling a sense of ease around people is really important to you. Let's get Mabon messages for my pile 2. Mabon messages for my pile 2. But don't wait, because time is relative. There is no perfect time. Like with this Queen of Wands, and I said you might need to be in the right place or the right time to get that inspiration. And then while that can be true, you're also delaying the inevitable. You're delaying your action. Maybe you need to hear a pep talk, or you need, again, that one friend to tell you, look, you have been through worse and you can get through this. I know that's what helped me in the moving process, because moving for us has just been, it's just overwhelming, and I don't want the next phase to be like that. Okay, so this is tobacco. I am not telling you to smoke tobacco. I'm not telling you to go buy a pack of cigarettes. Now, maybe if smoking is a habit that you already have, maybe you're trying to break free from it. We also have 40, and 40 could be an important year that you're turning. 4, as it reduces to, is stability. And it also makes me think of the Emperor, which is Aries. It says, feed your ancestors, raise the sacred smoke for them, for they are hungry to connect. Maybe you had a relative that has passed away that was a smoker. I'm just putting it out there. We're going to do tobacco, 40. The keywords are purification, connecting to spirits or ancestors, and respect. Your higher self chose this card because it's a request from the ancestors or spirits with whom you are most comfortable to approach them and the people in your life with more respect and humility. Offering tobacco is a sign of respect and connection for the ancestors in many cultures. Perhaps it's heard about most often in Native American traditions, but it is also a common practice for many peoples from Africa, South America, and the Caribbean, and the southern US. When you greet the spirits that support your path, remember that they can see things that you cannot. They can make space where you have faced walls. They can lift you up and carry you over difficult terrain, which is that 6, like that 6 and 7 here. And they know the answers to important questions that you haven't even thought of. There are people in your life who also have value and can fill in the blanks with a new perspective that you have not considered. What your situation requires is an open mind and to acknowledge your limited knowledge or understanding in your situation. So humility, okay? It is okay not to know everything. It is okay to ask for help. The tobacco card invites you to spend more time listening and being engaged with others. You may have been too quick to dismiss someone as being wrong or silly, or have viewed someone as being unworthy of your attention as a result of their opinions or beliefs. Keep a watchful eye out for a younger person coming into your life, as they may offer something that is needed for your situation. I love it. I love it. Using smoke as means to cleanse, to connect. It's okay to be different. It's okay to have differences in opinion or differences in values. The bottom of the deck energy is mead and wine. Your presence embodied, tasting the pleasure flowing through your being. So this is having carefree times even during those challenges and obstacles. It's almost like you need the validation that everything is going to be okay, pile 2. And I think this fall is going to bring you the resources, whether that be time, information, money, that you need. There's a sense of peace that you're after, okay? Not having to ask for what it is that you want, going after and getting it. Okay, so I'm gonna take with Flannery O'Connor and humanity with this peacock here and the broken egg. Like, we have gone through pain, and it's also human nature to want things. It's human nature to need time for yourself, but also have time to connect with others. Giving yourself that grace. We have Virginia Woolf with vision. And then we have the teacup. The teacup is ease, rest, and having a small mind. And small mind is not an open one. Small-minded is very definitive, very decisive. This is like the picky eater. They only want to fill their cup with certain experiences. However, you might not ever experience something life-changing. The peacock is splendor and craving and the divine. Now, for Flannery O'Connor, we have who we are, reckoning with failure, and redeeming ourselves. And vision is Virginia Woolf. With developing a vision, innovation, and limitations. So transcending these limits. Okay. This is also connecting to your spirit guides. This is, you might feel uninspired, but you also, you might benefit from making a vision board. And maybe in the past you have felt like manifestation and, scripting and all of that is just like utter nonsense. But you haven't tried it and it feels like you're desperate for a certain outcome. Wow, haven't had that in a long time. So there's a lot of messages that your guides want to convey to you. We have I, and it says psychic ability, trust your intuition. When you keep asking for signs, you're also putting a wedge between, you and your inner self, because then you're not trusting what is divinely meant for you. We have archway. New opportunities, possibilities, and paths are opening up that are in your line of vision. I know it's random, but maybe you need to go to the eye doctor. We have needle and thread. A sincere wish will be granted. I feel like you're the type of person not to ask someone a question because you're afraid to say no. Like, for example, have you ever, you're at someone's house and you need the Wi-Fi password and you're afraid to ask because you don't want to be like, well, I'm just here for the Wi-Fi. But at the same time, it's like, you need to use the Wi-Fi. That's what I'm kind of getting at. We have tulip with great passion. You could be expressing great passion for something, whether that be a hobby, whether that be a line of work, a field of study, and this is chasing your passion. Follow your passion and nothing can go wrong. And that's a quote from somewhere, and then we have fan, romance, celebration, and parties. And there's that 3 of Cups energy again. Fan brings a certain level of sass, which I love. Any others? The needle and thread, again, you need a good eye for that, but you also need a steady hand. We have cobweb, protected from negative forces beyond your control. This is your spirit guides who are working to protect. And we have well at the bottom of the deck. Family wishes are coming true. So you guys have a lot of positive blessings coming your way. I'm seeing that the friendships that you have, use them to your advantage and use your colleagues as, like, I'm not saying use them, you know, but I'm saying, like, if they know somebody that you're trying to connect with, or you need to know more information and they know this person, you could ask them for an introduction. The Seven of Wands is also learning to say no and understanding that no is a complete sentence. It's okay to take things slow as long as you get there, okay? There's no speed limit at which you need to pursue life, even if that's what the norm is. So pile 2, that is all I am seeing for you this fall. I am hoping nothing but the best, and I will hopefully see you in a reading soon. Toodles! Pile 3, welcome to your reading. So excited for you to be here. I'm actually going to choose for you this raw citrine crystal that my friend Brittany gave me for my 27th birthday, I believe. She knows who she is. She's absolutely lovely. And this is, I'm feeling that pile 3, you need to celebrate the people in your life that have celebrated you, or who have celebrated you, have always had your best interest at heart. Pile 3, Mabon blessings. Mabon blessings for pile 3. Let's see. Spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors. And we're using the Lord of the Rings deck today. So we have the Knight of Swords in reverse, and this is all about slowing down, taking into account circumstances and your surroundings. This could also be trying something again. So again, like let's say you went to school for something and life happened and you had to pull out of school. Maybe this is your second attempt at going for this degree or attempting this certification. The Knight of Swords in reverse could also be someone of an air sign, variety, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, that really makes you think about life and really puts matters into perspective. And they could be coming into your life during the fall time. Oh, I love this, the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is all about starting something. This is evaluating your present before fully stepping into the future. It is Sun in Aries. This is also like maybe self-publishing poetry or a novel or short story, or submitting it to a magazine or for a contest. Pile 3, Mabon messages. It's weird because we have the Knight of Swords and then we have this ribbon, and it's like I'm seeing someone cut a ribbon. So like someone initiating a new phase or chapter or a cycle. We also have this spider here representing, I believe this is the Eight of Swords. So maybe needing some clarity on what you want to move forward with. In the season of fall, we do have the Devil, and you might feel as though things are kind of up in the air when it comes to your work and career. This is also about making choices that are for our highest good and for our benefit. We have the spider here, and I want to read that from my Spirit Animals book. Horses are liberation, okay? Freeing ourselves from attachments that no longer serve us. Spider. This is an opportunity to access your deepest wisdom and assimilate it so that it becomes part of your daily living. Beware of any potential traps or ruses that you're tempted to get involved in. So there's like that devil energy. With the Knight of Swords in reverse, you could also be impulsive, or you could be dopamine chasing, if that makes sense. Like you don't really feel a sense of stimulation or curiosity about everything. It's just things in particular. So like your favorite TV show, and that's how screen time can kind of become an addiction. Rather than staying stuck in this apparent impasse, open your mind to the infinite number of possibilities that are before you and make a choice. Don't limit yourself to the mundane world, but instead be willing to explore other dimensions and realities. It's time to write creatively without limits of tradition or habit, allowing yourself to be inspired by nature. Okay, that's weird because that was on page 255 and then I saw 525. So repeating 2s, repeating 5s could be significant. With that being said, let's get our Mabon card for this group. It's almost like you know where your final destination is. Like you know what you want it to look like, but you don't know how to get there. And that's like this process of navigating. We have cranberries with the number 10. Devour the truth and let it sink into the depths. Ugh, I don't like that. Devour the truth and let it sink into the depths of all that came before and all that will come after. Oh, I like that though. I like that message. On the bottom of the deck, we have Darkness Falls with the number 12. Within you live the hidden, the things that want nothing more than to swallow you whole, which is really similar to the devil card and doing that shadow work, because we can let our traumas eat us whole. We can let our anxieties consume us. And unfortunately, nothing good usually happens as a result of that. And so being mindful in your present, not assuming the worst. We're going to read this passage from our Mabon book. So it's card number 10. 10 also is the month of October. So maybe you're going to notice changes happening in the month of October. We have the keywords ancestral roots, connections, power, and claiming or reclaiming. Your higher self chose this card because your ancestors are waiting for you. The red color of cranberries instantly brings to mind the blood connection of ancestral healing, and it is through your ancestors that intuitive wisdom is passed down. They wait patiently for you to connect with them so that they can offer the wisdom, strength, and power that is available to you by right via the blood within your veins. You don't need a connection with your living relatives to establish a bond with your ancestors. They are available to you even if you don't know their names, faces, or the details of your family tree. And I think that's really important to note because a lot of people, I think, just assume that to be true, that you have to know them. You will recognize them through a feeling of comfort and familiarity often, or offer up your troubles and ask for your ancestors' support. They will clear any They will clear away blocks, push away the dark clouds looming over your life, and open the floodgates of abundance. To establish this bond with your ancestors, simply close your eyes and offer up your prayers. Ask that only benevolent, loving ancestors seek you out, and then speak with them as you would any other guide, the universe, God, or godlike figure. Which it's like talking to a friend. So cranberries. Interesting. I also think it's wise to, like protect your energy from people who don't have the best of intentions. Because we don't like to think that people will use us like a chess piece, when in fact they would, given an opportunity. And it's not to say that you can't trust the people in your life, but just, again, be cautious. Pile 3, what do you need to know? We have the rabbit, which is waiting. Good luck. Also, we're back. Okay, so there's also the year of the rabbit, and I believe 2023 is one of them. However, you might be born in one of the years indicated by the rabbit in the Chinese zodiac. We have waiting, making leaps, and adventures. So traveling to new places as well might be something. You also cannot thrive in an environment that is not supportive to who you are and conducive to your growth. So change in that regard could be a possibility for you. And we also have cauldron, which is a vessel for making potions. Also, the letter C could be significant as well. Cauldron is creativity, the rich broth, and surprising yourself. And we also have cauldron kind of being like a crock pot in a sense. So like maybe soups and stews are going to be very comforting to you this fall. We also have braids, and braids are actually for protection, if you didn't know. Let's get some tea leaf oracle cards. The rabbit is also very quick on their feet, much like the Knight of Swords. And it's almost like you have so much power if you stick with an idea and really commit to it. And the Eight of Swords is almost like how you're organizing your actions and your thoughts. Maybe you know that you're not super organized, and that can be a realization that can lead to positive changes in that area of your life. So we have the desk. Pay attention to your work. Pay attention to any contracts or offerings. Maybe you're even, being offered a promotion or a raise and you need to sign some documents. Also be careful or wary of what coworkers are saying about you. Again, you don't know them like a friend, so don't treat them as such. We have dolphin. Financial gain, usually coming from something that you did in the past. Or maybe it's like passive income, like you could have set up, for example, an Etsy shop and, you're getting more offers, or you're getting more recognition. Be careful with commitments that you say yes to. Like, don't drain yourself out. Don't spread yourself too thin. There sometimes is a tendency to do that. We also have gong, an exciting event. Let me see if rabbit is in here. This is my little spirit animals book. Oh, here. Wait, is there rabbit too? Yeah, there is a rabbit. Okay. This is a very creative time for you, so it's important to quickly take advantage of any opportunity that comes your way unexpectedly. Be extra vigilant for the next couple of days, and if anything threatening shows up, leave as quickly as possible. Try a vegetarian diet for the next few days or this season and pay attention to how you feel. Rather than study step-by-step progress, you'll see it happen in leaps and bounds. You're going to find yourself experience a period of quiet and stillness followed by a burst of intense activity. Express your love freely and readily to those you're closest to. The Knight of Swords could also be you're changing your mind about something, or you're changing your mind about someone, or you're deciding to forgive them. The Gong, an exciting event, so be mindful of the dings that you hear on your phone. Your desk also, you might be getting a standing desk or a new desk in general, or you get one of those walking pads that helps you be more active while you're working to help keep your mind engaged. Oh, let's read the dolphin too while we're at it, since it's right there. Dolphin. Take a few minutes today to meditate while playing one of your favorite pieces of music. Listen more and talk less, especially to the more subtle levels of communication from other people and from the natural world. Think and behave more lovingly and positively toward that person you're having difficulty with. Smile more at others and notice how they smile back at you. Try dolphin breathing by taking 3 slow, deep breaths each time, exhaling with an auditory p sound. Then observe how you feel. So deep breathing and meditation is going to be something that is really going to help you tap into those energies this fall. I feel like the Knight of Swords in reverse is also like, again, a shift in mindset. And you're choosing to see these challenges as opportunities to prove your worth and to prove that you can do hard things. Don't make the mistake, though, of believing that you have to make the boss happy. Like, you are your own person too, and you have needs and wants that need fulfilling as well. Your work doesn't come first, you do. So for this pile, I'm actually going to end with something a little bit different. This bag is actually filled with fortunes from either Bachi chocolates or fortunes from Chinese takeout. You know what I'm saying? You are admired by your peers, whether or not you choose to see it. Jupiter in Gemini is expansion of opportunity through the people and the network you know. I'm going to get one more. So we have a Bachi one, and it says, ambition and love are the wings to great deeds. So having a desire to accomplish something, and love are the wings to great deeds. Interesting. Okay, so that is what I'm leaving you with, pile 3. Thank you so much for being here. And if it resonated, don't hesitate, give this video a like, and I will hopefully see you in a reading soon. Toodles!